the very first video on this channel, I posted a picture at the very end of a seemingly spooky house. Well, that is on the property next door to us. So today our quest is to watch the destruction unfold so that we can create a new wonderful place for all of nature. So if you would like to see the destruction commence and a few funny stories along the way because of all the crap that happened when we brought down the house and set fires and did the things, then keep watching because we're going to get into that right now. Okay, it's Tuesday finally. Monday was long. I don't even know if this is going to make it in the video, but I had an F it, let's go outside moment. And this is where we start. We are starting at the middle of the second property. They did come through and clear cut because of the power lines. That is our pond, which is not much of a pond right now because, well, there's no water. Then we just have all the wood chips. So many wood chips. This barn that we are coming up on is coming down. There is no saving the wood. There is no saving anything inside of it. It is extremely dangerous. Nobody even went in. You'll see it. I don't know if I got that on video coming down, but it comes down. There are also a couple of trailers in here. There's a truck hidden back there somewhere. And even from behind, it kind of looks like the house is still standing, but just wait until we get to the other side because it's not there anymore. All right, so I believe this is a well, but it's possible that it's a cistern. So if anybody knows which of those things that is, that would be super helpful. That top is super heavy. I don't think we're getting that off of there. We are coming around to the other side. That property goes back pretty far, but this is what we're starting with. It's a bit gross. And if you've ever wanted to live in a horror movie, here is your horror movie barn. This is absolutely terrifying. Nobody walked in. We couldn't. It was just not safe enough. We couldn't go in and see if there was anything worth saving. It just all went because no, we're not sending anybody into that disaster zone. And we're going to pan over to this dog kennel thing that they kept their poor dog in when people lived here. How did that make it better than the house did? Like, seriously, how did the dog kennel stand and the house just go to the wayside? I don't understand. Now we're coming up to the part where it feels like I'm in The Hills Have Eyes because those trailers are freaking terrifying. It's like I feel like somebody's going to pop out and try to kill me every time I walk by them. They've been there for years. The last time I walked up on that trailer, it had like a wasp's nest in it. The other one, like people would go in and out, and I can't understand how they would do that. And I was a little freaked out because I saw the truck and I didn't know who it was. It is the neighbor. It was his truck. It was fine. But coming up around here, there is a tree that fell on this trailer. That big honking thing. And more stuff back in there. One of the trailers did disappear. And we thought that a truck got stolen off the property, which would have been fine. But nope, it is still there. We're going to make our way to the front of the property. And welcome to the front of the house that barely exists. So that big, beautiful tree right there does have to come down because part of it fell through the house and has taken out the entire roof. As you can see, the front door is falling off. There is nothing safe in this house, and I'll explain why we did what we did as we go through all the demolition. But yes, all of this has got to go. That big grouping of leafy things over there. Yeah, poison ivy and poison oak. Super fun to walk by that every single morning. But this is our view every day when we walk out of our house. All right, we got day 1 of demo done. Well, we can't touch the house yet because they need to retire the gas line, so we do not blow it up as it comes down and we burn things. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to get out of the car. It's really freaking cold and show you what it looks like. See you on the flip side. All right, so what used to be a massive fallen tree is no longer a massive fallen tree. There is yard and it is flat. Woohoo! Yeah, we got a couple trailers to get rid of. Anybody want them? Because I am learning that getting rid of them is very hard. So once we demo the house, that big pile of brush is actually going to be burned in the basement for containment. Yeah, so this is where we're at. This took him probably half a day yesterday with the cool machines that he has. All right. And we'll come back after day 2 is done and see where we're at. Because, oh my God, I can see the other side of the house. I don't think I've ever seen that, and I've lived here for 2 years. All right, and we are on to demo day. We did get the brush cleaned up while we were waiting for the gas line to be retired because it was still flowing to the house. But let's get into the story of this house. So there was a couple that lived here. They raised their son in this house. And then as they got older, they just couldn't take care of the property as well. And the husband got very sick, had multiple strokes, and the wife had to end up taking care of him. However, this house does have a basement, and a big issue around our area is there is a lot of water. I'm assuming we're pretty close to sea level, just a lot of water puddles everywhere. So their basement flooded to the point that the water was flowing out of their basement onto the property and down onto what is our property now. So the people who owned our house went up to them and was like, hey, what's up? And they opened their basement door and it was just water. Insurance came in, fixed everything up, but they never moved back in. I believe they let a couple of relatives live there and they opened a bait shop and did things like that, but didn't keep it the cleanest, and eventually they moved out, leaving absolutely everything. Dude, that branch is about to just snap. It's insane. Let's watch it snap. I know it was a new shiny ADHD moment, but what that thing could do to a human body. Just wait. It's gonna crunch and go and it's just a little satisfying knowing that that's not gonna fall down during a storm. There we go, y'all. Oh, the satisfaction. Okay, anyway, back to the story. These people just up and left one day. They left all their clothes, all their furniture, absolutely everything. And it has been 6 or 7 years since anybody has been in the house legally. There have been people that go in and grab things, but what they also did, which became fun later in the demo process, is they loaded their own ammo. All of that is still in the house. Yes. Ammo is still in the house, guns are still in the house, like all this stuff that nobody can get to. And that is because when the roof caved in, it continued to rain because, well, nature, it rains. And the floor caved in on top first. So the second floor caved in first. Then the main floor caved in to the basement. You literally cannot walk into that house because you will just fall into a big fat hole. Hence why we are going to demo this the way we are going to demo this. So please don't come at us for how we had to do this. It was an extremely dangerous situation and we had to do it the safest way possible. But that is the story of the house that I know. There have been people on that property for many, many years, and now we are trying to bring it back and take out this eyesore and just give back some love to this property that is in immense need. And here comes some more crunchies. Oh, I know that we're taking down a tree and it's very sad, but that was so satisfying because that tree just kept on falling down and was super dangerous. As with all the trees that are coming down, they are coming down because they have to come down. They are rotting, they are dying, and they're dangerous for the surrounding houses and the surrounding people. Can we just give it up for Greg, the demo guy who just works his machine like a freaking god? This man did such an amazing job. Please watch all the way through to see how amazing he did on this property. It looks fabulous, and I cannot wait to get the final pictures and just show what a transformation this has been. This is Greg's partner in crime, who is coming to the other side of the house because we do not know which way she shall fall, and we do not know what we are finding in there. And they, for some reason, poke their heads in and start pulling stuff out. Back on this end, there is a slab, so it is a bit safer. The dogs never became friends with them. is a little dark, but welcome back. Well, this may not be a welcome back because all these videos are going to go together. But we're going to walk over and check out the progress on the secondary property. It's a little messy, but already looks so much better. Oh, it's a little crisp this morning. Finn, be careful. Finn's trying to cross the line. And it's not going to go well. But let me flip you around. Da-da-da, the house is down. This used to be all types of crap. So this slab is good. This slab has got to go. Because it's falling apart. We also found the back porch, which is another slab which looks pretty good. We've had to take down a lot of trees because of rot, and they were just way too dangerous to keep up. But it looks like he's going to level it out for us a little bit. There is no way we could have done this by ourselves. It would have been impossible. We just don't have the equipment, the time. He found the sidewalk, which only God knows the last time this thing was seen. The driveway is still good. Yeah. Now it's time for the cleanup. We do have people coming out. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to take off my glove. To haul away the campers and the truck right there that has not moved since 2006, and a bug just flew in my freaking eyeball. And yeah, I'm walking under the big machine because it's the safest place to walk. And somebody's doing something that's really loud. All right. So we still got to get the old dog kennel down that's back there. That tree has got to come down because it gets struck by lightning every year, and we did not do those breakages. Nature did. That tree right behind it also has to come down just because of the way it's growing. And when those fall, they're going to take out pretty much anything in their path, including our garage. And they will fall because that's what happens to really old trees that grow weird. Look at this freaking root base. That's a root base, y'all. That's intense. That camper was covered by a tree. We originally thought the truck got stolen because it just disappeared one day. It disappeared behind brush and debris. This is where the barn was. Not a dang bit of that wood was salvageable. And you know, this is just 6 years worth of damage that we're cleaning up. So 6 years ago, somebody was living in this house, brand new everything. And now, 6 years later, because nobody took care of it, it all has to come down. It happens fast. We did find, however, a well. So this is the second well on the property. And it's really full, like 3/4 of the way full, and we have no clue how deep it is. The code is here so nobody gets hurt. And then we have this well over here, which I'm kind of thinking was probably a cistern, but I've never seen a cistern above ground. So Not quite sure. There's our empty pond. We have not gotten near enough rain. It's normally up to those trees. So, yeah, we need rain really bad. A lot of those shorter trees are coming down where the power company came in and just whacked them. So that will be a clear line so that when we're going through and combining the properties, that's why we're taking out that middle tree line, is so that the properties look fluid together. That was a very quick swing. Apologies. But yeah. And then we have the wildlands, which the property goes at an angle, so we have more property back there than it looks like. But we need a bush hog or something, because there's a lot of briars and thorns and ick back there. That's going to be fairly hard to take down. But that's where we're at. It is a Saturday, and we started, I believe, on Monday or Tuesday. So it's going pretty quick, which is nice. And there's quite a bit of somewhat flat land. Oh, I don't know what type of animal that was, but it does not sound happy to see me. We're getting there, y'all. Whew. But I believe most of the destruction is done. We are going to be burning a lot of this wood because we don't have burn ordinances here. We just have to make sure that the wind is doing the right things. So what I mean by the wind doing the right things, we get massive gusts of wind here, and we do not want the fire blowing certain directions or at people's houses. So we're trying to wait for a day where we don't have as much wind. We're hoping to get some of it burned down today so that we can get a little bit further. But yesterday we were supposed to start that part, but we had 30-mile-per-hour gusts going directly toward all the houses off to my right, and we don't want to blow the smoke. We don't want to just suffocating those people. So hopefully today will be a much calmer wind day, and we can get that done. But we're getting so close, and oh my God. I am so happy that I don't see this house anymore. I'm even better with the freaking piles of trash. I'm fine with the piles of trash because I know it's going away. But the house is finally gone. And once we get the trash out, we will see what the heck is here. But I'm very happy that we have 2 slabs that seem to be usable. All right, I will catch you again when we have more to show. And we now have the fire. Let it all burn, and burn it all well. Yeah, I'm a little weird. But we set things ablaze. There's not very much footage of this because it is a dangerous situation. So I did grab some pics, some random footage of the fires going. These fires burned for 4 days, y'all. 4 days it took for all of this stuff to burn down. Here we're just trying to get some shots of the fire at night. It looked so cool. There are 3 of these fires going throughout the front portion of the property. The first one is all the stuff that's burning in the basement of the old house. The other piles are like this big tree that had to come down, and then the wood from the barn. So anything that might be bad that we're burning is within the concrete block of the basement. All right, this is day 7, day 8. Fires are still burning. But, ooh, this one looks like it's going to be toasty for a hot minute. But starting to fill that one in. Oh, a lot of it got filled in. Wow. Okay. And we are now missing this back slab. So I'm assuming what he found after he took away the retaining wall is that it was no bueno. So I'm going to be very careful where I step. Big equipment. Ugh. A lot more dirt to use to fill, because this is going to continuously sink as things continue to burn. Oh, that was a big giant hole, y'all. But even like this, it looks so much better. It's a whole bunch of wood and stuff. I'm really hoping there's no poison ivy burning. That was a whole lot of rotten tree. This is what used to be the barn. Trying to get away from it, the smoke. It's so bright out here. I can hardly see anything. Freaking bug scared the crap out of me. That's toasty. Whew, that's hot. Super duper hot. Oh my God, I'm gonna die. Oh, it looks like he found a propane tank, which is probably a good thing he found it. It didn't get caught on fire. And this is only the front portion of the property. So we haven't even touched the back yet. And underneath the cone is the well that was found. I think. Well, it's under there somewhere. Found a conduit? That's weird. I'm not quite sure what all he dug up right here, unless he's just, mixing in maybe the ash. But I'm assuming he's at lunch. Wonder what that was. I don't know what that was. But clear view now. Well, once we move the dirt pile. There are birdies up in the tree. Yeah, there's not much to show. It's just more and more destruction. And more fire. But we will eventually get there. Very big machinery. Those would come in so handy. With the bright light, I'm noticing how dirty my glasses really are. Great. Let's go to a side story. So I do wish I had more footage. However, there were some very dangerous aspects to this demolition. And I did not feel me being there 24/7 was the best course of action. Not only did I have other things I needed to do at the time, but Greg and his crew needed to have a clear path without cameras in their way and all of that. Second note, yes, I am sharing this footage with Greg so that he can use it to promote his business. I have yet to ask him permission to put his contact information down below in the description. However, I will be doing that just so if anybody is around this area or within a decent radius, they can contact him. He is very decently priced. He is a absolutely amazing man and just extremely trustworthy. I have now had him do so much work on our property that I just know my husband and I couldn't do. And he does it at a really good price. So it's not killing our bank account or my bank account. It's not making it super happy, but it's not so astronomical that a normal person can't afford it. So one of the things that happened was when we started burning down all of the trash and everything like that. I'm probably going to get some hate for burning all of the things that we burned. There is a reason we did that. So that house had a basement. Everything was falling into the basement anyway. All the floors had collapsed. There was no way to go in and safely remove the trash and the garbage and just the stuff that a normal person probably wouldn't burn. So as we were taking it down, our theory was we knock everything into the basement, which has massive concrete walls. If we burn it in this hole, it keeps those contaminants within that concrete block and they do not absorb into the surrounding ground. We can also use dirt from the property to cover it up and maybe tamp down some of the dangerous things that we know are in there, but we cannot go in and get out, like the bullets, like the pew-pews. These are things that we can't go in the house and just clear out. And only God knows what else was in there if they are restocking their own ammo, gunpowder, the things that I don't know all the things it takes to do the restocking of ammo. But I'm assuming they go poof and it's not a good thing. So on that note, I was in the garage doing the cleaning thing, getting things in my craft area sorted out and knocked out and just out of my way and donating a lot of things. I am leaning down, cleaning something, and all of a sudden, over to, I think it's my left, I just hear rapid arse gunfire. Now, I'm used to hearing guns go off out here. We live in the middle of nowhere. People hunt. You're allowed to hunt on your own property, things like that. So I'm used to hearing guns. I am not used to hearing rapid friggin' gunfire. So what does my dumb self do? I jump up because I'm brilliant. I don't duck down and lay on the ground. I jump up and run as fast as I can toward the friggin' gunfire. One would assume I do this because I am fully prepared to take care of myself and am also armed. Nope, I am not armed. All of my pew-pews are in the house. All of my knives are in the house. I'm disorganizing my garage, but I still get up and just bolt toward the rapid gunfire to come out and see the house ablaze. I look at Greg looks at me, and he's like, "We found the ammo." Okay. So now, not only are there 3 fires going, and I mean 3 massive fires going on this property, and it looks like a war zone, it now sounds like one. So we decide, yes, the best option to do is to go inside a building and not to be near it. So let's back up just a little bit before anybody loses their crap. Before we started the demo, we did call the sheriff and let him know that we were going to be burning a lot of this stuff so that he was aware when all the flames came up or if he got any calls about a huge fire, that this is what was going on, and he took down the address, all of that, so he could field any of those calls if anybody called in. We got 1 complaint because one day The wind was just blowing directly toward this woman's house, and I felt horrible, but I can't really change the direction of the wind. The next day it came directly toward my house, so equality in the wind. That was the only complaint we got. This house has been an eyesore for years to this entire area, and we got a lot of people visiting and a lot of stories told on what the property used to be and what we should be doing with the property and how we should use the property and all the things. And I'm like, I have my own plans, and I have so many plans that my brain is just a flurry with plans, and I have no idea how this is going to go. Next fall, we do plan on clearing the back property, get the briars, get all the thorny things and all the dangerous things, and only God knows what we're going to find back there. Currently, there is a family of deer. I call them my deer. They live on that back property, and it's being left alone this year. They are there every year, and every year we get to see their babies born and raised, and it's just a very beautiful thing, and I want to leave some of that area for them. So I do know that's going to be a big part of it, that I will have my little deer area back there, planting things that I know they'll like and they'll eat, and hopefully they'll let grow long enough to eat them. All in all, the demo probably took about 2 weeks, and that was like 4 days of the fires burning, like 4 solid days of just fire and smoke and ick. And he'd be there watching it, throwing dirt on top of it as needed. He is very good at managing those fires and making sure that it was safe. Right after that, like within 24 hours of the last fire going out, we got put on a burn ban, which was like, whew, all done. Yes, because even out in the middle of the country, if there's a burn ban, there's a burn ban. There's a reason they put out burn bans, and you follow them. You do not want to catch your entire area on fire. Hence why we had to wait here and there because of the wind. We get massive gusts of wind out here, and we don't want the fire jumping. So one of the things Greg did was any of the extra dirt or anything he had, he surrounded each fire with like a berm of dirt so that if any fire tried to jump, it would hit the dirt berm and go out. I'm just trying to field anything that anybody would yell at me for. Had we taken all of this stuff to the dump, they would have burned it at the dump. This saved us a ton of money just doing it right here. Had we been in city limits, we would not have been legally allowed to do that. But since we are outside of city limits, we are. We have a very small population. Everybody wanted it gone. We had one complaint from one person, and that was it. Everybody else was like, hell yeah. And then I got comments about roasting marshmallows, and I was like, Dad, you don't want to do that toxic crap. Nope. We filled 2 junket dumpsters with stuff that somebody could scrap, and those were sold to a scrapping person, I guess, at Junket, and I had Greg take that money to clear out the back property line on our main property near the garden so that we can get sun there a lot more next year, and so I will have a longer growing season and enough sun for all the things to grow as appropriately as possible. Hence why this year's growing season was so small.
All right, for reference, this is what it looked like originally. Let's go see what it looks like now, y'all.
All right, new battery. Okay, so we have a driveway with no weird falling down building. The house is gone. He leveled out the front as best you can on a hill. And we laid down grass seed just to make sure that the dirt doesn't just fall into the road when it rains. I got my little protector up, which just made me giggle. See, how do you like Sam? Sam protects the land. Then we have the slab where was the back patio. And we were able to save some of the previous owner's flowers back there. A lot of that still needs to come down, but that is a thing for another time.
This is the view from where the back of the house used to be. And the property roughly goes over to where that tree stump is. To where the secondary driveway was. I think that's kind of gone now. When we come back here, this was the backyard. And this is where the very scary Hills Have Eyes barn was. Over here. Trying to find, I think the well is right over here. Yep, this is the well. So we kept that uncovered, obviously. And then that is part of our property right there, those trees. And it goes back at a diagonal and pretty far back into there. Our pond is pretty empty still. Hopefully we'll get some more rain. But eventually those trees will be cleared out as well because they are also dying. This is a well or a cistern. I'm not quite sure what that is, but it's one of the two. He did kind of clear a path back here. Oh, that looks like a bone. Nope, plastic. Okay. But I can't even get to the back of the property line. So it matches the back of our current property. But this pond should be pretty freaking deep when we have our normal amounts of rain. We won't ever stock fish because when it does stop raining for a while, this is what would happen and all the fish would die. So this is not going to be a stocked pond. I would like to go down there and just look around, but I also do not know how mushy that ground is.
Thank you for sticking around till the end of the video. I really do appreciate it. If you have any comments or questions about what it took to get the property to look like it does, I know it is not finished, but it is November going into December and it's cold and you can't really grow things right now. So it will take years to get that property to where we want it. We have a lot of plans and don't quite know exactly what of those plans will unfold at this point in time. So keep watching to find out what happens with that property and the rest of the cleanup. Comment below what you would do with 3.3 acres of raw land. All right. If you have not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I would highly appreciate it. And cast a little spell on the like button. Give it a little boop on the cute little nose. And I will see you next time. Thank y'all. And I hope you have an absolutely blessed and magical week. Bye.